Seal the deal. Gates are back and they racing away from that 1200 meter marker. The Queen towards the inside began swiftly, an early leader. Microstators right there under Tom Quealy. King's Gold and Jamie Spencer just off them. Tyler's Talent over towards the outside. Last Eclipse. They're in touch with them, and then comes Atso's Hill. 19-14 just in the slipstream. That's the rider. Anton Marcus just 2.5 lengths to make up. Further back in the running, you're going to find Legend Dancer. Fire Curtain tucked up about 5-6 lengths off them. Commodity Strike. Wide Open Affairs, they come to the last 500 meters. The Queen's along the inside. Aldrich White Sleeves and Cap. Over towards the outside. Last Eclipse is looking to get going. 19-14, just 2 lengths to make up. Towards the outside, Commodity Strike. Wide Open Affair now. Last Eclipse up the outside. Running on as Legend Dancer between runners, and 19-14 gets going. Last Eclipse up the extreme outside. Running on strongly as Commodity Strike. 19-40 over the last 100. Commodity Strike. Last Eclipse, it's getting close. Commodity Strike. Commodity Strike on the line, got up. Richard Hughes. Last Eclipse is right there. 19-14. Photos behind theirs. But as they go down to the line, Commodity Strike. Richard Hughes for the internationals. Tony Rivelin, the trainer, and Commodity Strike with a powerful late burst gets going. Well, just look at Commodity Strike now, comes roaring through. The South Africans are there. It's Last Eclipse, Amanga Kamalo. Anton Marcus, 19-14. But Richard Hughes says, I'm having none of that the last 100. And Commodity Strike now, the Australian son of Stratum. He comes bounding through. And Commodity Strike, he started to catch the eye with about 2:50 to go. He was weaving his way between runners. And that's number 7 on the card. Commodity Strike to the post. Last Eclipse second. 19-14 third. And that fourth check, that'll go the way of number 8, Legend Dancer, Johnny Murta, Aldrich number 5, Pierre Stradum, Fire Curtain, Anthony Delpech, Cunning Fox and Sean Cormack further back in the running. And then came the Queen. Further back, Tyler's Talent. So 300 to go. Look at Commodity Strike behind a wall of horses. Last Eclipse in front, 19-14. And now Commodity Strike and Richard Hughes. Now we're going to go to the outside, but now has to slice through between the two South Africans. White Sleeves and Cap. Richard Hughes, the man for the job on number 7, Commodity Strike. And strike he does. He has a nice side-on shot the last 50 meters. A neck behind, but the last few strides, Commodity Strike. This comes good. And we'll get into the winner's enclosure. Top ride once again, Richard Hughes. And what an awesome day's racing thus far. We got one race still to come, race number 9, but that closes the curtain on the Jockeys International, and Richard Hughes does the business. Back to the studio.
Welcome back for the winning presentation of race number 8, the Rising Sun International over 1200 meters. The last leg of the Jockeys International Challenge, and we've been treated to some awesome racing this afternoon. I think hearty congratulations to the two teams, and all will be revealed shortly when Graham Hawkins makes the announcement with regards to the point standings. But joining us on the winners rostrum, Mr. Vijay Maharaj, he's the CEO of Rising Sun, and Mr. Koos de Klerk, a director of Gold Circle. And first up, let's have Mr. Vijay Maharaj to say a few words.
A very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's an ideal opportunity where Gold Circle comes together and offers this lovely platform for an international race of this nature. And what's even more exciting, that yet again, we've won. I think I'm saying this premature, maybe Graham should have said this, but I know that South Africa has won this international jockeys race for this year. I think 3 years ago they did win, but fortunately we're on the winning streak. We won the cricket not long ago. The Currie Cup here in Durban, so we're on the winning streak. And thanks to Gold Circle, to Graham, to Jill, and all at Gold Circle for affording us this opportunity to be part of this race day. I thank you.
Thank you, Vijay. Now, a gentleman that's just had a great run with these rides in South Africa is Richard Hughes, and he's closed off this Jockey International meeting with another superb ride. Give it up for Richard Hughes. Richard, you know, I was watching this race on the monitor, and things can get pretty tight on this outside running rail, and you had to weave your way through a wall of horses.
Yeah, I hadn't much options. I had a Murta on my left on one of our goodish ones, and there was only room for one of us there, so I had no choice but to go right and get a run up the rail.
Well, brilliant skill in the saddle, and you guys were behind going into this race, and as I mentioned at the outset, you led from the front and you closed up with a superb win here. Do you think it's enough to get the title, to retain the title?
I don't know. I noticed the South Africans were second and third, but it wasn't for the want of bloody trying anyway.
Well, no doubt, you know, the outstanding rider over the 3 days was you. And that was clear with the points, and you've proved it again today. You really enjoyed your stint in South Africa over the last 3 days?
Yeah, I love it here, and I just feel it's a challenge, you know, different tracks and that, and I just feel whatever horse you ride, you don't know the horse, you don't know the rest of the horses, so you're as well just sit wherever you can go easy and ride your race from there.
Well, the points are being tallied, all will be revealed shortly, but on behalf of the racing public and KZN, I'd just like to thank you for coming down and let us see you in the flesh and view your skill on the racetrack. We really appreciate it, and I hope you can be back next year.
Yeah, and on behalf of my team, we'd like to thank the sponsors and everyone that's looked after us. We had a wonderful time, we really enjoy it, and the hospitality's been 100%.
Well played, well done, nice ride.
Thank you.
Lovely. Winning jockey, Richard Hughes. Fantastic ride here to get up on the line on a horse called Commodity Strike. And then the winning trainer is trainer Tony Riverland. And Tony, you're having a great run with your horses. We saw you win the KZN Guineas Trial the other day. You had a double over the weekend. Things are looking good with your string.
Yeah, Deez, I'm really pleased. We haven't got a lot in training at the moment, maybe 34, 35, but the percentages are good. That's what I aim at, keeping the horses on the boil. It's good for the punters to know that when your horses come here, they're going to run to form. I think that's the most important thing.
These are world-class jocks, so very easy in the ring, I'm sure, with instructions, etc.
Yeah, you don't want to give them instructions. You just want to educate them about the horse a little bit. Obviously, they don't know the horses. We don't have to. There's not enough superlatives to describe Richard Hughes. He did exactly as I wanted. This horse, I was a little concerned. We galloped him on Monday. He worked really well. I thought he may have just needed it. Another 10 days, he would have been at his absolute peak. He's always had lots of ability, this horse. I knew he was good enough to beat this field. But what a great ride by Richard. And I'm also pleased, I own this horse in partnership with Farouk Kassim. He's been an old friend of mine, a client of many years. He's had a lot of operations this year. He hasn't been well. He's in hospital at the moment. And I'm just delighted for him. I hope it makes him feel better.
Tony, to yourself, your team, Farouk, all the best with this horse, and well done.
Thank you, Deez.
Lovely. Trainer Tony Riverland, and he's going to accept on behalf of the owner as well, Mr. Kassim, who also owns this horse in partnership with trainer Tony Riverland, number 7, Commodity Strike. And then the winning groom, his name is Bonging Sla Sla. Bonging Sla Sla, well done to you. You've taken great care of number 7, Commodity Strike. Bonging Sla Sla, congratulations. Good horse.
Good horse, luck.
Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done to the winning groom, Bonging Sla Sla. Again, I must say a big thank you to Vijay Maharaj coming down and helping us with the winning presentation alongside our director of Gold Circle, who is Mr. Koos de Klerk. We'd like to break for about a minute, and Mr. Graham Hawkins will be back with the final lucky draw and the final points tally with regards to the Jockeys International. So if you still put your ticket in that win if you lose draw, you got a last chance of winning 5,000 Rand.